first question that gets asked is he one of us? Is this guy that you're recommending to me one of us? Is he built like me and you, but are they one of us? Are they driven? Are they motivated? Are they good people? Do they care about others? Do they put other people's hopes and dreams ahead of immediate things that might impact things in a negative way? And those kind of things matter to us. And that's a big thing with us in our program, developing a one of us culture.
Today's podcast is a segment of a clinic I moderated with Geoff Collins, head football coach at Georgia Tech. I first met Geoff Collins at a media day when he was at Temple and immediately was impressed with how he was able to take his culture and then really build it into his branding. So when you see things that have Georgia Tech on them or ATL on them like he likes to use right now, you're going to understand that those things are really a big part of their culture. It's all over their facility. And those are some of the things that he explains today in this clinic talk from Lawrence First and Goal. All of Lawrence First and Goal clinic talks have been produced and are on CoachTube and available for you to go back through. Just some outstanding talks from great guys. And again, those benefit pediatric brain tumor research. Again, check those out. The link will be in the show notes. In this first segment, Coach Collins talks about effort and how they are a culture that is built upon effort.
We are a culture that is built on effort. The bottom line, the foundation of every single thing in our program is we are going to play ridiculously hard. Anybody that's watched my defense, anybody that's watched our teams play, that should be a hallmark, regardless of talent level, regardless of scheme. We are going to play ridiculously hard. And we do things throughout to reward those things, guys that play hard, whether it be on special teams, offense, defense, to pinpoint examples of how we want our team to play.
One way to get great effort is to make everything competitive. And Coach Collins talks about how competition is king and it's folded into all they do at Georgia Tech.
Competition is king. Regardless of the situation, we are going to compete. Every single day in the offseason, there will be competitive situations every single day because in our program, competition is king. There will be winners, there will be losers every day in the offseason, whether it be tug of war, whether it be 5-10-5, bench press competitions. Lou Corralo, our head strength coach, does a great job building in competition into every single thing that we do. The other piece that we do, and we just had it on Friday, just yesterday, we divide our team into 10 different offseason teams. And throughout the offseason, they compete in academics, they compete in community service, they compete in the weight room, they compete in our mat drill period when we go competition Tuesday together, Thursday, those kind of things. There is a competitive element every single day. The coaches are divided up so that competition extends into our coaching staff as well.
When you're building a team, an organization, you want people around who you can relate to. You want people who you can be engaged with. And Coach Collins identifies that as a one-of-us culture.
This is a big deal to us. Matt Rule is one of my best friends in the world. We were on the coaching staff together at Albright College in 1997, 1998. That was the defensive staff at Albright College. I was the defensive coordinator. Matt Rule was the linebackers coach. Best friends over the years when we've recommended, people to hire wherever spot he might be or whatever spot I might be. The first question that gets asked is he one of us? Is this guy that you're recommending to me one of us? Is he built like me and you? And Brent Key, who's our offensive line coach, became really good friends. And me and Matt have expanded our circle. But are they one of us? Are they driven? Are they motivated? Are they good people? Do they care about others? Do they put other people's hopes and dreams ahead of immediate things that might impact things in a negative way? And those kind of things matter to us. And that's a big thing with us in our program, developing a one of us culture. And there's two kinds of people in the Georgia Tech football program. It was the same way at Temple University too. You're either a great leader or you're a great teammate, full stop. That's the same thing on the coaching staff too. Either a great leader or a great teammate. Zero bad dudes in the organization, but just no bad dudes in the organization. Be a good teammate, be supportive, be positive when you walk into the building. That's how we're wired, and that's how we run this thing.
Building upon their competitiveness and going into how they will face adversity and really any challenge, coaches developed a put the ball down mentality, as he explains here.
Regardless of the opponent, regardless of the scoreboard, it should never affect competitiveness, energy, or effort. And then you'll see me use this hashtag a lot, the PTBD, and all that means is put the ball down. Wherever it is, whoever we need to play, whatever location, we could go play in the parking lot at a Waffle House. Let's meet halfway and let's put the ball down and play. If you watch a Georgia Tech football team play, if we ever have a bad situation happen to us, say our offense turns the ball over and our defense has to go out there and play sudden change, you will see a bunch of dudes running out to the field saying, put the ball down. Regardless of the situation, put it down. We got to find a way to get a stop. And so these are just the base parts of our philosophy.
There's a tremendous drive within the Georgia Tech culture to set expectations and to do things right, as Coach explains in this next segment.
How you do anything is how you do everything. So we spend an inordinate amount of time teaching our guys the expectations on the field, off the field, in the transitions, in the classroom, how to carry themselves in the community, because we feel that it carries over. Every single decision, every single way that you carry yourself is going to carry over to how you're going to act and respond on 3rd and 3, how you're going to respond when the situation gets crazy. And we want to make sure guys understand that everything matters, how much time you prepare, and everything has a direct correlation to how you're going to prepare to play in the game on Saturdays. Champions behave like champions before they're ever crowned champions. So we're trying to create the habits. We're trying to create the mindset. We're trying to create the belief system every single day within our organization. Then when the talent level meets the expectations and all of those things, then we will be ready. And so we spend an inordinate amount of time teaching the little things, teaching the expectations.
You don't get better if you don't practice. In this next segment, Coach talks exactly about that, how practice is everything to the Georgia Tech football culture.
Practice is everything. And that goes back to the old Allen Iverson comment, practice. We talk about practice. Well, that matters. We put our guys in some chaotic circumstances. We put our guys in competitive situations, and it matters. How you act in individual drills, how you prepare during group work, it has a direct transference into how you're going to play on Saturday. Spend a lot of time teaching the process, respecting it throughout the week.
Mindset and approach are important to Georgia Tech as well. And Coach talks about how enthusiasm and being positive are a big part of how they get things done.
Be enthusiastic, be positive. That goes for our coaches, that goes for our players. Anybody that comes to one of our practices, comes to one of our games, it just feels different. The energy level, the vibe, the positivity, the attitude is contagious in a good way. And this is one of our guys, didn't really play a lot for us our first year at Georgia Tech. Great special teams guy for us, role player. But he would always say this, he would say, refuse to ooze. We are not going to ooze around here. We're going to have a sense of urgency in every single thing that we do. And that includes improvement. So when the guys get to our program, we want them to improve every single day, stack days, and build upon how good they are, how good they're going to become.
You always hear about Lombardi time being 15 minutes early. Well, that takes on a whole different meaning at Georgia Tech, as Coach explains here.
Big deal for us. Arrive early. always be prepared, do extra. We had a 421 team meeting the other day that started at 3:58. I wasn't expecting it to start at 3:58, but all the guys are there. All the guys are ready. They were excited. They were energetic. They were engaged. They were like, Coach, let's put the ball down and go ahead and go and get this meeting started. So I'm not good at math, but I think that's 23 minutes early. Had their notebooks. They were ready. So I'll arrive early, always be prepared, do extra.
While coaches talked about things that can appear externally, you can hear people being positive, you can see and hear the enthusiasm and the energy. He recognizes that all those things are great and they're an important part of it, but ultimately that drive has to come from inside the individual, inside of every individual in his program. And for the players, it's something that strength coach Lou Caralla goes through and keeps track of. He defines where he feels these people are at by how they are working. And ultimately, that helps Coach Collins and the staff know who is one of us.
Then we have to control the things that we can control. It is our players, it is our coach's job to show up every day with the right attitude, the right mindset, accept personal responsibility for your own self-determination. We're going to get guys going. We're going to have an energy about us, but every single day, it should be from the inside that's driving you to be great. So accept the personal responsibility for your own self-determination. Our head strength coach, Lou Caralla, has a starving board, has a hungry board, and has a satisfied board. So some guys that are just starving to be great, to get better every single day, those are the guys that are one of us. And that gets graded every week. The guys get told where they stand and how they can improve.
There you have it, the things that are at the core of the Georgia Tech football program under the direction of head football coach Geoff Collins. As I said before, all of these talks are available on CoachTube. The link is in the show notes to get to all of the talks. We have them from offense, defense, special teams, every single position, fundamentals. If you're looking for something there for some of the best coaches around the country at the college level, you'll be able to find it. Follow all we're doing at coachandcoordinator.com and follow me on Twitter at Coach K. Grabowski.